Morning. Today we're going to be talking about Google Glass. I'm joined here by Katia. We're going to be talking about how we at the college have been using Google Glass during the past academic year. We have 2 pairs of glass here. In total, we're very fortunate to have 4 pairs. Now, some of you may have thought we would have just chucked them onto eBay as soon as they stopped making them and make a huge profit, but no, we have kept them. So in this hangout, we're going to talk about how they've been used by the different departments and particularly how Katia has made use of them. And then we'll show you some videos of students talking about their experience of using Google Glass. So, Google Glass, for those who are uninitiated, what are they? Well, they're a piggyback technology that allow you to, that's being modelled here by Katia, allow you to access information from your phone via an eyepiece. This means that you don't have to go through the strain of removing your phone from your pocket in order to see those email notifications and to do various other things. But the element that we picked out and found most useful, I think, and hopefully Katia will agree with me, is the camera and the built-in camera, having it as you wear it, having the camera just here, giving you that first-person point of view and the ability to be able to record directly from there so that students could review what they were doing and you could see what was happening. So, how did you make use of Google Glass?
So one of my key focuses last year was kind of behaviour management or classroom management, however you want to put it. And so one thing that a lot of the students were struggling with was empathy for each other, or understanding why they were annoying each other or winding each other up. And bearing in mind, lots of these students were working at entry level, level 1, with some kind of barrier to education currently. So I brought it in very much as an experiment, and I thought rather than telling them this is how we have to use it, I kind of presented it to them as this is a new tool. It might help us understand what we're doing and make us look at why or how we could change things that we're doing. And that was myself included with them. So we all took it in turns to wear it, to view back lessons. But actually the most interesting part was in between actual lessons, or in between activities at least, they could see how they were behaving. And they were generally really shocked. So they would say things like, oh, I can't believe I just did that, or why did I do that? Or one of them even turned around and apologised to the rest of the group for something that they'd done. And he even said, yeah, I've got a problem. And everyone kind of nodded. But it was a massive step for them to accept that.
Yeah, excellent. I think before we go on and look at the videos of what the students thought, I think it's worth just explaining the process that we at the college went through in deciding who had access to the Google Glass. Obviously, when we were fortunate enough to secure 4 pairs, we had to think about how we could get the best value out of those devices. So what we did is we asked staff who were interested to put a proposal together for an action research project where they identified how they thought they could use it with their learners. We had 4 areas that were successful. So Katia, who was teaching performance with her learners. We had Neil, who was teaching hospitality, and within the kitchen area. We had Delphine, who was up in the science lab, and we had Dax, who was in the plumbing area. So we had quite different areas, and some of the footage that we show you at the end of this chat will showcase how they used the devices. So that was the process. Staff put in a proposal, we picked the most successful ones, and then they put a case study together reviewing how they'd used the device throughout the academic year. So that gives you a little brief run through of the process that we went through. I think I'd like to share with you some of my sort of findings really, and I suppose the biggest one was, and you'll see this in the videos that we'll play in a moment, was how sensible the students were and how aware they were at the expense and the fragility of the device, but also how very quickly they adapted to having it there and just got on with what they were doing. And I think unlike sort of your GoPros and your high quality portable cameras, these are a bit more discreet. And after a few moments, you're not used to noticing that it's there and you can make use of it. So I think what we'll do is unless you've got anything else to add.
No, I think that sums it up completely. Yeah, the students definitely, they forgot that it was there, and the fact that it can be, they didn't have to hold it or use it. It was, really easy to use.
So I think what we'll do is we'll throw some videos, and hopefully this will work. So we'll bring up a screen share. And the first video that we'll play is going to be the footage, if I can remember which one it is going to be the footage that highlights the different ways in which it was used. I'm just very quickly looking at this to work out which one that was. So let me just find which one that is. I'm not really sure which one it was in the end. We may come back to that. So bear with me. What we'll do is we'll go straight into listening to the students' feedback. So the way I do with these videos is I ask the student one question, and that's displayed at the bottom of the screen, and they all responded to that one question. So we've got 4 very short videos. So we'll kick off with the first one, which is the students talking about the positive aspects of that, of having Google Glass in the class.
We might break them because they're brand new and you have to be careful, but after we got to use them, we were able to see how he behaved, not during a performance, but like just a normal lesson, and got to see, like, we got to fix it. No, that came out wrong, sorry. We can reflect on our behaviour, so we could be better students as well as better actors.
Oh, we can, like, we don't have a camera, so we don't get really like stress and anxiety. And it's funny because, like, you almost don't, you barely notice that someone's using them, so you just get lost. And when you're going to watch the videos, you see how you behave, and you know, it's like, okay, I need to change that and that.
And you look back at the video and you can see what you're doing, see where you went wrong, see where you can improve on what you were doing. So that's really good at a learning aspect.
One thing I did notice was that in order for the glasses to work, it had to be quiet or relatively quiet. So not saying our kitchens aren't normally quiet, but it did help to keep us, you know, focused and quiet, and, you know, it was a calm service. So it helped on that side more or less than the, you know, than anything else.
Well, I mean, if someone's missed the lesson, like review it from a first person sort of viewpoint instead of someone, you know, shaking their hands and trying to video it.
So everything. So you can see the whole kitchen, and because it's quite an open kitchen, that you can see everyone, and you can do their improvements. You can see if they've been slacking, see if they've been working, and see who's doing what, who's mucking about in the corner. Like, just see everything. So
that was the first one, talking about the positives. Next one, we're going to look at the students talking about their concerns about potentially having the glass within their lessons.
No, not really, because as with all our students, you slowly start to get used to being filmed. So it was just,
it's normal.
it was, yeah, really normal.
Yeah, because we move a lot, because it's drama. Sometimes we dance, sometimes we like to act like things, and because they're really small and not heavy, so it's like we need to be really careful.
Breaking, because obviously they're quite fragile. And like when you're with water, just a little bit of concern there, but it's not major.
And I felt, because when we're plating up, we're looking down, and it was the whole fact that it might fall into the food and things like that, and just, you know, the surroundings are quite busy, and, you know, you could be knocking into people and things like that. But yeah, that was just minor concern, nothing major.
Well, I actually wore it when I was on the hot plate. Yeah. So we had all the lights, and it's just like looking at it, and you think they're going to fall off, so you have to keep trying to pretend that you're putting them back on, and they're not actually moving.
No, sure, I mean, I signed the disclosure for the use of my image, so nothing.
So I think we'll stop at those two. I'll post the remaining videos on the link underneath this video so that you can watch those. And I'll also post a video which has some of the footage that was captured during that time. I'd like to thank Katya for that chat. And we'll put our Twitter at the bottom as well. So if you want to talk to us in more detail, you can. So thanks for watching, and join us again next time. Thanks a lot. Bye.